folks, so here we are back again. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing one video a week just to force myself to learn how to do these sort of things. So this week we're going to be talking about the 2018-2019 UCF football season. Of course, we're coming off of a huge season last year, going 13-0. It was a good year to be a UCF alumni. So here we have this year's upcoming schedule. We're starting out with UConn. So this year we kick off August 8th at 6 p.m. with an away game at our annual meeting against the UConn Huskies. The schedule for 2018, there's really no surprises. Everything that we're seeing here are fairly familiar teams. Overall, we're going to have a little bit more of a strength of schedule this year than we did previously. So we're going to address that later. Now, the interesting thing about this season is UCF does not have a single game where they are the underdog. They are the favored team, or at the very least have a 50-50 split as far as how they're predicted to perform in all of these games. Of course, notably this year, we will no longer have Scott Frost as our head coach, as well as Shaquem Griffin has moved on and is now playing in the NFL with the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Hughes, our defensive back, also went to the Vikings. Tre'Quan Smith also went to the New Orleans Saints. And Jordan Akins was drafted by the Texas Texans. So here's my prediction for how things are going to roll out in the 2018 season. I don't think we'll have any problem against UConn, North Carolina, Florida Atlantic, Pittsburgh. I think that we will still end up beating SMU, even though historically we've had some close games with them. Memphis is, of course, our biggest in-conference rival, and I'm going to say that they will probably be one of our losses. East Carolina, I don't see any issue there. Of course, then after that, we have the week off. Temple is another team that we've played on a fairly regular basis and have never really had a problem beating. Up next is Navy. They are supposedly in a rebuilding year, followed by Cincinnati, and I'm predicting a road loss with South Florida. I know that there are a lot of people out there who are predicting that we will beat South Florida, but I think that as a road game, it will be very close, and we'll see what happens there. The odds makers have said that most likely we will finish up at 9-3 for the season. So, not a bad record. However, though, if you look at the 3 losses, if we flip even one of those 3 losses into a victory, we now become a 10-win team. So, I would say it's a better than 50-50 shot that we will end up as at least a 10-win team. Now, the same odd makers have given us only about a 6% chance of running the table and going undefeated again this season, given the changes in our head coach, given the changes in some of our startup line, and given the fact that a lot of these other teams that we're playing are looking stronger than they were last year. I feel that that's pretty fair. So in all likelihood, given the fact that we're not an underdog in a single game that we're playing, and given the teams that we're matched up against, most likely we will at the very least finish up 9-3. And as I said, I'm giving us basically coin flip odds on us going 10-2. Either way, it's looking good. It's looking like another exciting season for the UCF Knights. And we'll see where we end up as far as our bowl game. We'll see where we end up with as far as our head coach and some of the new players that we're going to be starting out with. And that's really one of the advantages of UCF and of us being a fairly young program and being located in a place like Orlando, Florida, where people want to come. They want to come to Orlando. They want to live there and go to school there. And that gives us a depth of bench that sometimes other teams don't have. So it's going to be a good year. It's going to be an exciting year. And a year from now, either you can come back and tell me, hey, dummy, you were way off, or maybe we'll be celebrating another great season for the UCF Knights. Go Knights.
Go the Knights, go hit him with the nice stick. Do the nice stick, 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 do the nice stick. You